Good morning. Oh, look at that. Instagram decided to do it right away this morning. Yay. Good morning. Hey, Becky. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Okay. I was expecting more resistance from my technology this morning. So I'm like, "Ooh, that was easy." All right. Good morning. Hi, Nara. Hi, Melissa. Good morning, Nicole. Okay, how many YouTube people are watching from inside of the app? You must tell me. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Mikey. Hey, Denise. Hey, Jean. Hi, Lisa. Did I say that? Hi, Jen. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Valerie. Mikey, I haven't washed my hair in like 5 days. So this is day 5, and it's actually still looking okay. I get lots of compliments on my hair these days. Hey, Jem. Hey, Ron. Check out my new mug, everybody. Right? I know. I'm sending you the best energy right back. Happy Friday the 13th. I can't wait to dig into that with you guys. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling extra weird this morning. So that should be fun for you guys. Oh my gosh, you win. I don't think I've gone day 10 before. But I'm loving my air products. I love them. Good morning, TikTok. Happy birthday to your husband. Good morning, Beth. Hi, Danny. All right, give people another minute to pop on here. Hey, Tisha. We'll get you some smudgies. Good morning, Anna. It's like all these pieces. We need extra smudgies this morning. Hey, Claudia. This is a good one. Look at that. Hi, Jacinda. Look at me. I'm just like lighting everything on fire this morning. That's my mood. Light it on fire. Hey, Tiffany. Okay, you ready? All right, here you go, YouTube. It's your morning smudge and Instagram. Here's your smudgy smudges. Hey, Zoe. I hope you're feeling better. Hey, Megan over here in TikTok. I'm really well. How are you? Here's a little smudge for you guys. Choo-choo. Hey, Jules. Hi, Kaylin. Hi, Gabby. All right, so real talk then. How are you guys feeling today? How was this week of integration for you? Hey, Wendy. Good morning. Hi, Nicole. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so Lisa says it was slow. Kaylin says exhausting. I have a feeling that you're a little busy as well, Kaylin. S Spring over here on TikTok says, I'm so tired. Farrell is feeling exhausted. Okay. Mikey's saying, it's a great week, but feeling like all the things I'm doing are requiring extra time and energy. Oh, I'm sorry you're having pain, Danny. I'm sending you lots of love. Shit's been crazy, but I'm dealing really well. All right. Okay. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Audrey's saying this week brought a lot to the surface that hadn't been addressed previously. Hey, Mary Beth. Hey, you guys. Exhausted. Melissa says exhausted from the week, but it's changing finally. Jean says taking it slow and steady and staying present. Jacinda says change, change, and more change. Jennifer says highs and lows, exhausted with myself. Okay. All right. All right. We have feeling exhausted over on TikTok this morning. All right. Okay, so all right, so we got this. So we talked at the beginning of this week about how, or maybe the beginning of this month, about how this month of August is kind of split into different sectors. I'm going to I'm going to kind of refine that this morning. I didn't do channeling yesterday because I needed to rest. Oh, and so I did, and um, my energy feels like it's really changed this week as well. I feel like it's been a whole lot of dropping in and really slowing down, and maybe not in a way that's necessarily perceptible to everybody, but slowing down for me internally in my thought processes and in my energy. um, so this week was the week of, or is the week of integration of all of the things that came through during that Lionsgate portal. Some of those things that came through might really just mean a lot of it is pot stirring energy, okay? Because we really need to clear our entire vessel of old, heavy energy. So anything that's been sitting down at the bottom of our metaphorical pots need to be kind of lifted up. And in order to do that, you need to have some massive energy come in and swirl it around and let it out. I'm like, is this a metaphor for gastrointestinal distress? It could be. I mean, sometimes it literally translates to that. So enjoy. But it is more about what have you been not addressing that's now completely impossible to ignore, right? Is it like what needs to be exiting your system? And this is important, guys. So if this week has been exhausting for you, that's fine. Let it have been exhausting for you. I bet it was even more exhausting if you were trying to go at the same pace you always were and do all the things and be so incredibly productive, right? I told you that this was integration week and you needed to slow down. But we hardly listen to that ever until we are forced to listen to it. So it kind of is what it is. But yes, very often when you have a major energetic purge, it absolutely turns into a literal purge that exits your body rather violently sometimes. And, it's kind of the unglamorous side of this spiritual journey that we really should talk more about, right? I mean, I talk about it a fair amount, to be fair. So think about it. Your body is a physical vessel that is holding your energy. And in order for anything to exit your body that's been actually stuck inside of you or clinging to your cells or any of those things, like you actually have to physically expel that. It's not vapor. You know what I mean? So it is an actual physical process a lot of the time. We move energy out of our bodies through our breath, through our pores, through, sweating, and through excretion of all of the other bodily functions. So just don't forget that. It's a real thing. It's part of being a human. Um, so yes. So also, I'm going to address this question on TikTok. Someone says, I have the Delta variant and I've been super sick for 2 weeks. I wonder what that means spiritually. And here's what I'm going to say to that. Unpopular, popular opinion. Sometimes you are just sick. Okay. Sometimes it is just a cold. It's really important to balance it's really important to balance everything, because you can so easily jump into that space where you think every single thing that happens to you is an energetic phenomenon. At some level, it kind of is, right? Because everything's energy, but you can just get sick. You can just have a cold. You can be affected by allergies. It doesn't all have to necessarily tie to a major spiritual meaning, besides the fact that you're a little bit sick. So just remember that, because we do need to balance. And the easiest way to kind of know whether you are just sick or what you're having is energy is keeping track of yourself and asking your body what's going on and then trusting that. So for me, right, I know that when I overdo it energetically and I'm channeling too much, I will get a cold. I will get one. And it may or may not extend into a real one, if that makes sense. Like, depending on if I catch it and I listen to myself and I slow it down immediately, it may be a 24-hour feeling. But if I don't, it'll turn into a real thing. Right. So I know that for me because I've been through this cycle with myself for a couple years now, and especially the past 6 7 months, I've been like very specific about it. So I know that. I know that. But you just have to kind of know yourself and trust yourself, right? In the current climate where we are, I mean, of course, it's a little bit um, it's a it's not a little bit. It's very psychologically intense right now to have any sort of sickness because it's so supercharged, okay? So supercharged. So it's also being able to detach yourself from the collective hysteria about sickness, about viruses, about what your body can do and can't do, and what you can do and can't do. It's really important to every single day just like get back in here, get back in this heart space and pull it all down and make sure that the feelings you're feeling are your feelings and not collective hysteria because we don't want to do that. We don't want to run around like with a mantle of collective hysteria on us because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. So, all of that to say, right? A lot of people have had sinus issues this past week. A lot of people have had sinus issues this past week. Okay. And think about, when you have sinus issues, like what that is, like what part of your body that is. It makes total sense that if we just all had a massive upgrade of energy come in over the weekend, whoop, right through there, that you would then have some sinus issues. Okay. So check in with yourself, ask yourself the questions, right? Is this energetic? Is this a combination of energy and, running around with toddlers? What is it? What's actually happening here? And prepare your vessel accordingly. Take care of yourself. Get the rest, drink the water, take the zinc, take the vitamin C, do the things you know that you need to do to up your immune system because you kind of need that anyway, right? You need that. You need to be strong. You need your body to be strong. You are going to become energetically much more resilient. All of these phases are coming through to make you stronger and stronger. Okay. Every time I get knocked down pretty hard, when I come back up, I'm extra strong, right? I'm leveled up. So I know that too. And it's the same for you guys. So flow with it, don't fight it, but also be realistic. Okay. And like I said, not everything is a major spiritual event. Okay. This year has been many major spiritual events, and that's absolutely true. But we need to keep our balance and not just be that way, right? Sometimes you need to go to the fucking doctor, and you should. So we need to completely understand that. I was actually having a conversation yesterday with somebody, and something came through, and I wanted to remember to tell you guys because I felt like it was really important. What was it? This is what it is. We have all been born in a very unhealthy system. And I mean that from like the soil up. Okay. So think about that. Your body has since before birth, since conception, been exposed to many toxic chemicals, to radiation, to basically an entire slew of assault on your cells and human self. And because of that, you have adjusted accordingly to be able to survive within that. Okay. So, so it's important to remember that while we are absolutely moving into a space where the energetics are shifting and a more holistic way, a more organic way, a more cyclical way of being is absolutely coming. We are still in liminal space with this. So your body is going to need liminal care, which means that we balance modern medicine with ancient understanding of energy and practices. We have to balance those things. It can't just be this drastic one or the other because that's not who you actually are. You aren't a transplant from 800 years ago with the body from 800 years ago that was not exposed to all of these modern chemicals. Your body is used to dealing with all of these modern chemicals and all of these different things. So it's going to take some time to completely move into a different space. So while we're here, we need to be reasonable and understand that we are working with all of the things. Okay, which means you don't have to completely shove all these tools aside. Medicine is here for a reason. And it's interesting because I've actually gotten a few messages on TikTok. God bless you guys, but I'm gonna have to turn those messages off soon. But about how we shouldn't be doing vaccines, we shouldn't be taking medicines at all, we shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be doing that, and like, what do I think about that? And you know, I feel like you should do what feels right for you and not ask other people what to do. That seems the best idea for me. Like, why don't you ask yourself what feels right for you and then go by that instead of running every single thing by every other person and trying to find that validation, because everybody has got to find their own alignment now, and that's the name of the game. What's your own alignment, and are you able to become sovereign enough to choose your alignment and not force other people to also choose your alignment so that you feel validated in your own choices? So think about it and just remember that we are not living in the Garden of Eden yet. So we have to deal with the things that we are currently living within. And that means having balance and being able to see things from a rational perspective. I also want to read Crystal's comment here on Instagram. She said there's a respiratory virus going around that is not COVID. They are still out there. Take care of yourself. Also important to remember. Just there's always been viruses and sicknesses and all of the other things. So deep breaths, everybody, right? Okay, you're saying I had a video on the jab and third eye, and you're saying yes, it will interfere with it. My video specifically said the opposite of that. So if you went and you actually watched the video, you would know that. I specifically said that is a personal choice. And if you are in alignment with your decision, there's no reason why it should do that. Okay? So that is the biggest thing, because look what's happening right now. Look at what is happening. We are turning into another us versus them, and we don't need that. Okay? Someone saying if you get the jab, your third eye is going to close. Who do you think you are to even say that to someone, quite honestly? Like, what gives you the right to make that kind of judgment for somebody else's spiritual growth? And I'm not attacking you personally, but I'm just saying, whoa, as soon as you ever say something like that, I hope you just take a step back and say, woof, who do I think I just was right there? Because that's not right. We don't get to do that. We're not here to judge our fellow man. It's not our job. Do you worry about yourself? Worry about what feels in alignment with you. And don't worry about what other people's personal choices are. You don't have to worry about my third eye. I'm not going to worry about your third eye unless you legitimately come to me and literally ask me for help with your third eye, which is a service, right? And you're coming to me and asking for help. Yes, then we can talk and I can ask. You can ask, I can ask, we can actually do these things. So this is exactly the kind of narrative that we have to be so careful about. And you can, oh my God, I just can't with TikTok. You can actually just leave if you want to, because this is the kind of narrative, the kind of spiritual narrative that I am absolutely against. That you must be spiritual, so you have to do these specific things. No. So exit stage left, my friend. All right. So moving on from that, I knew we were going to do some channeling this morning. I wasn't sure what the topic was, but there y'all go. Moving into this weekend, let's kind of switch gears because today is Friday the 13th. And I don't think anybody listening to me this morning really thinks that Friday the 13th is like a dangerous day or is like, a negative energy day. But let's just kind of look at that. Whenever I look at numbers, right? I what I like to do is, of course, I like to go online and like look up the numerology. But another thing that I've really enjoyed is just taking some time to write out the numbers and see what the energy feels like to me. So if you take the number 13 and you write the one and you write the three, like how does that feel to you? What's the journey of those two numbers together? And so when I think of a one, it's a straight line to me. I don't need to pick up my pen. It's a very it's a very definitive beginning stroke. Okay? It feels like a beginning to me. Vroom, okay? Vroom. Then if I look at a 3, for me, a 3 is half of an infinity symbol, which whenever I see threes, the message that comes through for me is I don't have the full picture. So today, the message for me feels like something has just begun. It's just begun, but we don't have the full picture yet. We only have partial information. We're getting the shape of it, we're getting the vibe of it, we're getting the taste just a little bit, right? But we don't have all the information yet. And that is so important to remember when moving into massive energy, which is what we're about to do. You don't have all the details, and that can make the control freaks in all of us absolutely feel bananas because we all want to feel like we have some modicum of control in our lives, right? And that's scary. That's why so many of us reach outside of ourselves and try to control our environments and the people in them because it feels scary not to have any control. However, again, at this point, change is inevitable and actually part of everything now. We are very used to big, massive change that we've normalized it, right? And not knowing the whole picture is actually a gift because it allows so much more to happen. If you knew everything that was about to happen next week or the week after, where's the fun in that? And where is the buoyancy that is needed to create new timelines? You don't need to know all the details. So, getting the 3 here is getting the shape so you can prepare your energetic container for what's coming. And guys, like, it's going to be big. It's not going to stop. Sure, there's going to be pockets of rest for everybody because we have to have that. But starting next week, it's on. And so this is integration. This weekend, we are still in integration, but moving into a more fiery kind of energy that's coming through. And we will be moving into Virgo season very soon. And I know that for Leos, you guys are like, no, we don't like that. But listen to what Virgo energy does. And I've had to learn this, right? Virgo energy creates order with chaos. So it comes down like kind of like an umbrella over all of the chaos and starts to move it into order. It starts to create containers for it so that it can express itself at its highest vibration. So as we move out of this fiery Leo season and all of this energy starts whoosh rushing up, Virgo season is going to swoop down very gently and start to organize things. So what that means for you, and of course we'll tap into this more next week, what that means for you is that all of the ingredients that are just showing up right now and you're like, what do I do with this? Like, so many things. It's going to start to make sense. It's going to start to take shape. It's going to start to give you directions. And all you need to be able to do is be quiet enough to actually hear what the next step is. Like, so quiet within yourself that you can look and see the thing that's just ever so faintly pulsing. That's the one you need to do next. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be really great and also really chaotic at the same time. But you're ready for this. You've been like training for it. So as we move into that, it's going to be pretty wild. And so we have our full moon coming up. I don't know what date it is. I mean, I do know what date it is. The 13th. So that means our is that right? I don't know. I guess our full moon call is next week. I can't even remember what day it is. Well, if anyone knows what day our Inner Sanctum full moon call is, let me know. But that is coming up, and that's going to be a huge, huge shift and much needed shift. Absolutely, Crystal, to kind of just bring a little order to that chaos. Okay. Um, I'm going to shift now into the card pulls because I want to make sure we get some card pulls for your weekend. But I also want to tell you guys something while I'm doing that. So you guys know I have the app. If you are new to me, you can go find and register for it at innersanctum.me. It's my online spiritual community. You can do all of the things right through that one platform. However, Google pushed my app through with really no problems. And Apple has decided they are not going to allow my app in the Apple Store because they have decided it is spam. So, not to worry, I have full faith that my app's getting in there. It will get in there. Listen, the app is fully functional as a web-based app. So if you just go to innersanctum.me and register for free, you'll have immediate access to the full platform, which is actually more features than are on the app itself. So it's there, it's fully functional, it has all the things. However, I, I'm obviously displeased with Apple in big ways because the thing is, both Apple and Google take a massive cut from any in-app purchases from any apps. And my business is really not big enough to take a 30% hit. And so we changed it to a read only app so that there are no in app purchases. So with Inner Sanctum, the app itself, if you want to register, you need to go to innersanctum.me. If you want to book readings, you have to go to innersanctum.me and do any type of, admin type of stuff. If you need to change um, your subscription status or payment or anything like that, you just need to go on, via the web, just like you do with Netflix or Hulu, right? Which is also the same reason they do that because Apple takes 30% of everything. So we changed that and I knew it. I just freaking knew it that they must have like two different sections from apps that get Apple money and apps that don't. And mine would not make Apple any money. And so they're like, oop, this is spam. We don't want it. Now, Jen's going to be getting on a call with them at some point to kind of plead the case. But it just occurs to me that that was a really unwise thing for them to do because it's like, wow, how shitty do you want to be as a massive conglomerate at a time when so many small businesses need to be online in order to thrive? I had a brick and mortar in-person business and it closed because of COVID. So everything had to be moved online. And now I'm trying to keep it going and look at that, right? So, it's not sitting with me very well. And so, a TikTok is coming, and I'm hoping that people share it and get the word out to Apple. I even opened a Twitter account so that I could write them a letter on Twitter because I just feel like something needs to be said about this. It needs to be said specifically. I was a little angry yesterday, so I kind of just, wrote a rant, but I'm not going to put the rant. I've toned it down and gotten back into here. But that app is getting in the app store. So send your juju, friends. And if you feel like it, at Apple and be like, what the fuck? How dare you? Goodness gracious. But no, it's coming. I know that it is, and it's going to be great. Those of you who have already downloaded the Android, I know I haven't heard anything bad yet, so that's good. But really, it's annoying for me because I can't see the app because I have Apple stuff, and so I'm a very visual person. So until I can actually see the app in my hand, I'm kind of at a standstill with creation for content with it because I just need to see how it feels and like then I can add more things, add more meditations, affirmations, and like all the other things going on. So I know that it's coming, and I know every time that there's a hiccup and a delay, there's a reason. So here we go. So yeah. All right. So today, let's go ahead and jump into our card pulls. Let me just take a sip of coffee too. So, mm, mm, mm. That's too hot. Okay. All right, so this morning we're going to do some card pulls. If you've never done sensory card pulls with me before, I'm going to give you 3 things to choose from. You pick which one resonates most with you, and then I will tell you what your message is. If you're feeling more than one thing, as mostly everybody usually does, I got you, Lisa. Then obviously pick 2. Drop what you feel into the comments so that I know I have your consent to tap into the collective energy, and we'll go with that. Okay, so we're going to do colors today. Lisa's like always here telling me the things, and I love it. So we're going to pick colors today. I'm going to give you 3 colors. You pick which resonates most with you, and then I will start shuffling. Okay, the colors are well, it's like a blush pink, light pink, emerald green, and purple. Blush pink, emerald green, or purple. So go ahead and drop it in the comments. Blush pink and purple, already Rue. Emerald, emerald green, all 3. Tiffany. Well, you know, the thing is I love my Apple products. Like I love them. I think they're beautiful and, you know, so extra, but I don't love that energy. It is what it is. It's going to work out fine. Okay, what am I picking? I'm picking emerald. I'm going to pick emerald. Jackie's like, all of them. Claudia's picking trees. Ah. Blush and emerald. All right. What am I? I'm gonna do this deck and this deck. Okay. I will. So stay tuned because, like I said, I'm going to be making a tweet story about it. You know how people do on the Twitter with their things. I'm going to be making that, and if you guys would share that once I post it, that'd be amazing. And if you're on TikTok, I'll be making a TikTok about it as well. And if you share that when you see it, that'd be amazing too. Thank you. Okay. All right, so if you're just joining us, we're about to do our sensory card pulls. You're choosing from blush pink, emerald green, or purple. Whatever feels most resonant to you today, and if it's more than one, that's totally good. Arlene, exactly. I am your worst nightmare of minority status over here. I'm like a woman, mixed race ethnicity, small business, and gay. Like, are you serious right now? I literally can't. Bad idea. Not the right climate. Okay. All right, last call. We're doing blush pink, emerald green, and purple. If you picked blush pink, this is going to be your message for this weekend. Oh boy. We're going to start with that, aren't we? Okay. So let me grab, what are we doing? Oh, we're doing 2 from the same deck. Okay. You gotcha. Jesus Christ. What are you guys up to with the blush pink? Okay. All right. So if you chose blush pink, here's your message for today. Ah! Okay, don't freak out. Just like let it sink in. Yes, it's the wasp and the goblin. Neither of them look very fun. I see that. I see that. Hey, sometimes it be that way though, right? Okay, let's figure out what your story is. I hate that. I hate when I have to do these 2 cards together. Okay, so the wasp is number 21. The goblin is number 31. Here's your story if you chose blush pink. So Some of you have recently stepped into a bigness about you. You've either changed the way that you are doing life, the way that you see life, the way that you express yourself. Something has shifted in the way that you do you. Okay. And it is causing a little bit of friction. I say that probably more mildly than it is with those in your life. Some of those in your life. It's causing jealousy and envy because when you break out of a mold and start to march by your own drumbeat, so to speak, those who are too scared to do that need to find a way to make you get back in line. And the best way to do that is to just be kind of an asshole, right? So that's the wasp card. You have opened up into your own self, and some people can't handle it. We've been talking about this plenty. This has been the week of relationships again. If they don't see you, let them keep walking. It's not your job to make people comfortable with you. No, absolutely not. Keep on walking then. If you have to tell somebody who you are and why they should be with you and why they shouldn't be mean and little dicks about everything, that's a waste of your energy at this point. Use your energy wisely. And just remember, this is actually a sign of you doing your shit. It's like, this is the pop off sign. As soon as the wasp card comes out, I always know, oop, shit's about to pop off and I'm going to be big deal, because always there's going to be people who are like, you're getting too big for your britches. I'm sorry, who made that as a thing that people say? You're getting too big for your britches. Well, guess what, guys? We wear stretchy pants now. So that's not really a thing. That is a thing. You can get as big as you want, and your pants are going to expand to fit you. And if they don't, you'll just get some new fucking pants. Okay? So that's your wasp card. Now, this is more about you. This is more about your internal process. Okay? This is external. This is not you. This is internal. Okay? This is about your self-worth. Do you think you are good enough for the big things coming your way? Do you? This is the voice in the back of your head that's like, maybe they're right and your pants are too small for how big you're trying to be. No, absolutely not. This is a passing thing, but this is internal. This is who you need to speak to. You don't need to speak to this, but you do need to speak to this. We need to pull that in and give it some love, right? Listen, the world is a big place. It is ever expanding. Energy is constantly moving. Anything can happen at any point in time. Stop limiting yourself. You are not you from 5 minutes ago. You are not you from 10 years ago. If you're holding yourself to the same standards that you had last year, you need to revise your standards. If you're holding yourself to anything that is not in this present moment, you need to update your systems, guys, and start to embrace the fact that you're a big deal. And you need to be a big deal. I want you to be a big deal. If people don't feel comfortable with your big deal, go find people who are big deals and know how to hold space for them. It's that simple. It's not simple to do it, but this is a thing. And as I'm saying all this to you guys, I'm like, I'm blush pink too. Okay, so that is your blush pink message. Okay, yay, we got this. Now I'm gonna put these cards back in because, you know, it just doesn't feel right to shuffle without all the cards. So good luck to us, Emerald Green. All right, let's see. Oh my God, Tara, you're right. Last time I pulled wasp and Tara picked it, she literally walked outside and got stung by a wasp. Ah! I'm sorry, I'm laughing. But it's funny. It's funny. But like, ouch. I hate wasps. Okay. Next up is emerald green. If you chose emerald green, this is for you. And if you're just joining us, we're doing sensory card pulls. We just did blush pink. We have emerald green and purple coming. Okay. And of course, whichever one resonates with you, it's yours. It's no biggie. All right, emerald green, you ready? All right, here we go. Okay. All right, so if you chose emerald green, this message is for you. We have two cards that you're probably not going to be mad about. I think. I don't know. We'll see what the message is. It's the wealth card. It's the frog again. We've been seeing Mr. Frog. I'm pretty sure Mr. Frog was here this week. Maybe more than once. I don't know. So we gotta talk about this. We're gonna talk about the frog first. No, you're like, tell me about the wealth. No, we're talking about the frog first because the frog actually is going to come first. And our numbers are 14 and 34. So here's the thing. The frog is all about clearing out baggage, okay? Clearing out clutter, making space so that energy can flow. That may be really literal. It might be really literal. We are doing sensory card pulls, and so just pop a seat and listen and see if anything resonates with you, okay? It can be very literal, as in maybe you need to clear out your closet or your kitchen's a fucking disaster. Anything that's making you feel like when you walk into a room, like your energy is just like, I'm stuck, I can't do the thing, right? So now is the time to address that if you have that clutter. This can also be emotional, energetic clutter. Okay? Think about that as like what that means, right? Energetic, emotional clutter is something that you stumble on all the time. Okay? So the thing in your head that just trips you, trips you, trips you, right? Um, Inside of yourself. There's that. But this feels really, really physical, guys. And you cannot see my desk. I'm not going to show it to you. But let's just suffice to say that I'm a little cave dweller and it's a little bit hoardy in here. Okay. So I hear it. We're going to listen. Really clear it out. Really, really do it. Take this weekend, clear it the fuck out. And when we get this message, if we've got this message more than once, which we have, that means so much energy. It was wanting to come in. You have got to make space for it. And that takes us to our second card for this particular emerald green reading. Look what wants to come through. It's the fucking wealth card. You want this one. You want this to be able to find its way into your life, right? In whatever way that means for you. And in order for that to happen, you need to make the space. Make the space for the wealth. And just remember, this doesn't have to mean money. Think bigger than cashola, okay? Think freedom. Think flow. Think joy. Think not stressing. Okay? So the wealth card is trying to come in. Please make space. Okay? That's your emerald green reading. Last but not least, we are doing purple. Purple. Oops. I don't know why that always does that on Instagram. It's so annoying. All right. Last but not least, it is the purple card. Let's see what we get. If you chose purple, this one's for you. Let's see. You never know. If you didn't choose purple, this one might be for you too. Oh, you guys. It's my very super special way of shuffling. You have to get certified to shuffle like this. I'm just kidding. Okay, do you want to see this mug? My new friend Sarah gave me this mug, and I'm very happy with it. She didn't even know that I'm a mug hoe. So I was like, this is This was meant to be. Jackie, you're Sarah. Okay. I'm such a mug hoe. Just wait. Wait until you guys see what I'm about to do. I'm about to make some merch. Now you're like, no, you already told me, but no, just wait till you see. It's gonna be great. All right. Purple people. Purple people. Hello. I'm gonna do this card. This card. Woo! All right then. Okay. You ready? Always towards the end, I get super weird. Have you noticed that? Okay, it's a protection card. And the High Priestess. Okay, this is kind of a big one for purple people. So let's talk about it. Again, if it resonates with you, just take it. It's yours too. So the High Priestess and the protection card together make a lot of sense. And here's why. Again, like our first pull with the ego card and the wasp card, when you become bigger, you become a target. And I didn't say a target for what? You just become a target. So you become a target for amazing things, for amazing energy, for love to be sent your way. And you can also become a target for the opposite of that, balance. Now, that doesn't mean you hide yourself. It doesn't mean you stop ascending into the bigness that you are destined for. It just means you're cognizant of the fact that some energy will feel good and some energy will not. And understanding that your energy is what needs to feed you. Okay? Let me see if I can kind of break this down a little bit because I'm getting like, it's a lot of like things moving. When you become bigger and in a spotlight, so to speak, where more people are looking at you, it's really easy to feed off of that energy and allow it to be a stream of energetic income because it feels good, it comes quickly, and it seems like the right thing to do. But that is not sustainable because the energy coming at you is not all positive. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, in order to sustain yourself in this higher level where you have more eyes and energy on you, is to remember that your energy needs to come from you. And that's where your protection card comes in. So, that will also keep you out of that, egoic place as well as you step into whatever your calling is. If you picked the purple card, it feels kind of like it feels like you're probably moving into a space where you are going to be more in the spotlight, so to speak. And so you do need to be aware of that. It's a constant check-in that reminds you that it feels so good to be loved and it feels so shitty not to be loved. So, what do? We observe these things in neutrality and we love ourselves fiercely. And then it doesn't matter. It's like, however it blows, right? It's good, it's bad, it's in between, whatever. I still love me through all of it. High Priestess is not here to fuck around, guys. This is stepping into purpose and power. It is sometimes lonely, but it is absolutely, if you're really resonating with this, this is a thing and it's going to happen rather quickly. So, woo, it's exciting. But just remember that. And this is for everybody, honestly. It feels great to be loved by those outside of us, and it feels shitty not to be loved by those outside of us. So we cannot be dependent on outside validation, period. It has to come from here. You have to approve of yourself and recommend yourself above all things. And then it will just flow. It'll be great. It'll be a fun time. Whew, I've been on here longer than 30 minutes. I am like just really doing that lately. Um, but I love you guys. I hope that you have an awesome weekend. If you haven't already, hop on over to innersanctum.me and register for the free app and have a look because I will be sending out tweets and a TikTok to just kindly let Apple know that they've made a mistake by denying me a space in their app store. And we're going to push that little motherfucker through because I need my app on my phone. And I know you guys all need that too because that's what we want. We're going to make it happen. So send all your juju. I hope you have an amazing, amazing, amazing weekend. I love you, love you, love you. I'm excited for our moon call coming up soon. My Twitter handle, I just made a Twitter. I think it's Normalize Magic, at Normalize Magic. Right? Right? Yeah. You'll see me. It says Sarah Mala. It's Normalize Magic all over everything. Mwah! I'll see you Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Be there, be square. Lum, 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 lum. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, Instagram. And mwah, goodbye, YouTube, and those watching on the app. Bye.